Over 100 films from around the world will be screened at the San Diego International Film Festival this weekend. And joining us now to share details on his film is director and producer Joey Travolta. You have a pretty familiar name, but
Yes.
we'll talk about your brother in just a little bit because we got so much
Okay.
to talk about. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are
Thank
you
you for having me.
doing?
I'm good.
I know there were a lot of red carpet events last night going on, and people were
Yes.
kicking off days and days of screenings, but you've
Yes.
got a big movie coming out. So tell us first things first about your docuseries, Lights, Camera, Friendship on the Spectrum. We've talked a little bit about some of your films, and now this is kind of moving the series forward.
Well, this is the 5th year that we have content in the film festival and the 3rd city. So the past 2 years, we had Lodi, California, we had Valdosta, Georgia, and this is Amelia Island. We took 40 adults on the autism spectrum in 3 different cities, 16 in one, 12 in the other 2. We took them totally out of their comfort zone to teach them about friendship. And they took dance lessons, cooking classes, on all kinds of adventures. They had to manage their money. And then, we did exercises about friendship. And this is the 3rd city, Amelia Island, that plays today at 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, it's at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine, Amelia Island, by the way, is a beautiful place.
Beautiful,
and I'm sure you had a great time filming there. I would imagine that you learned something in doing all of this and seeing these productions be put together as you're working with people that are on the spectrum. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I think the cool thing is that the story is about forming friendships, but 70% of our crew was on the autism spectrum, folks that we train at Inclusion Films. So for them to be a part of that and then see people working in skilled positions from what we do in the field of autism and all developmental disabilities, that's like so cool.
And it probably teaches you so much about opportunity and what's out there.
Absolutely. We just want to give people opportunity. And that's, I always, whenever I keynote speak, the first thing I say is, how many opportunists are in the audience? And I raise my hand because every opportunity I can seize, I'll be on shows like this and say, you should hire our folks. And, you just seize the moment. And this was a big opportunity for these 40 young adults.
Well, and you and I, we know about Inclusion Films because this is something that you started. But for people who are maybe just joining us and waking up this morning, can you kind of break that down for us?
Yeah, Inclusion Films is a practical film workshop that takes adults with developmental disability, development and intellectual disabilities through the whole process of making a film. And with to get them into the film business, we also have the production company that hires them. And we take them out on the road with the camps we do, the PSAs, we did a feature, documentaries, and they get that practical experience, but they get paid when they do it.
And these are actors, could be someone behind the camera, could be a director.
Yeah.
Do you ever see them go from Inclusion Films and then to LA where they're working on Hollywood sets?
Absolutely. We've had folks that have worked on major films, and that's the exciting thing. See, everything that goes into everyday life goes into filmmaking. So because I was a special ed teacher, I was a special ed teacher before I was a director and producer and actor, but I learned from being on the set that the great thing about it is it gives you a sense of family. You become a family when you do, well, here, your crew is your family, and the outcome is the film that you make. So it's a great way to learn soft skills. Yeah. The process of making a film.
What made you want to go in this direction growing up with your brother John, who kind of went in a little bit, obviously John Travolta, who went in a different direction? What made you think to do this?
It was my dad. My dad was the kindest, most inclusive man I've ever known. It was important that everybody had a seat at the table. And I promised my dad I would go to college and get a degree, and I did, and it was in special ed. I only did it for a very short time, but once I learned that process of making a film, that's when I created Inclusion Films, and thinking that this would be a great way to do it. We started with camps, and the camps were actually 2012 and 13 We did it with Cox Communications and the military families who had kids with autism.
Wow.
So we've actually been here 7 years having content. So it's a good relationship with San Diego.
And this is growing. So if anyone's watching and wants to get involved, we're going to put the information up on our website. They can get in touch with you,
Yes.
Inclusion Films, and then maybe they'll be in next year's film festival. Who knows?
You never know.
We're going to be able to see this Joey Travolta film screening, Lights, Camera, Friendship on the Spectrum, all happening today. You're not going to want to miss it. It's happening at noon, as you mentioned, at the Westfield Mall, UTC. And it's 1 of 5 now, so people can they go back and see the
Well,
others?
no, there's 10 episodes.
Oh,
it's
okay.
3 cities. So
Got it, okay.
This one is going to be Amelia Island, which
Okay.
is actually 3 episodes, but we put it together like a one documentary, and it has the wraparound too.
I love
So
it.
it brings everybody back.
Okay. Beautiful. I love what you're doing, and I love the
you.
work that you're sharing with all of us. Thank you so much, and have fun at the film festival. I know there's so many events. You guys, we put that up on our website, fox5sandiego.com. Click on the Scene On tab. We'll be right back.